Welcome to the Week 3 of the Legacy Leagues, our post-game show brought to you by Inspired Fitness. I'm Sam Leventhal. Alongside me, from left to right, Vic Dawson, Joe Catapano, and Max Molsky. We started off the night kind of slow, but we finished pretty strong with a little bit of a run TMC, and Wake and Blake getting close at the end. What do you guys think about that? Any comments?
Yeah, I mean, Wake and Blake was up, good amount, going down the stretch. But then as Run TMC started fouling, they started started coming back. And came all the way back to take the lead, had a chance for some icing free throws, didn't make them, and then they got the winning basket on the other end. Shaq Holman missed the game-winning bucket.
Well, I was over there on court 2 to start the night, and that was a very close game. That came down to the final shot between the Land and the Pandas, and I said after that game that was the best game of the season so far. But then this game happened right here just a few moments ago between Run TMC and Wake and Blake. Like you said, that was a very close game. It's not even like Wake and Blake were really missing any free throws down at the end. It's just that Shaq was making his threes. Will Hudson was getting rebounds left and right, and kept feeding Shaq. That was a great game, one of the best of the nights, and definitely the best of the season so far.
I definitely agree with Joe. It was definitely the best game of the season so far. I mean, it was almost almost epic collapse from Wake and Blake. You know, they were up 10 around probably with a couple minutes left. But you know, eventually they pulled it out. But you know, it's going to be great heading into next week.
On the possession before, even they had a goaltending call on them that would have been a go-ahead bucket, but instead it got taken away. Free throws at the other end didn't go, and then they ended up getting a go-ahead bucket again. But that goaltending could have been a huge play.
Yeah, honestly, I thought they were going to collapse for sure after that. It really got in their heads. They were already very mad about some calls early in their game going against them, and I thought with that final one on the goaltending call that they may be done for just because in their mindset that they'd be out of it and that they couldn't win, but they pulled through in the end, and it was good for them to get their first win of the season, right? Yeah, big one.
Now, we talked about the 2 close games tonight. What about the one blowout, Sports Look versus the Hateful Eight? I think, what was it, a 40-point deficit then?
Oh, God. It was really bad.
89-24.
Yeah, 89-24,
so 60 points.
65. That game was over from the start. Hateful Eight had 6 points at the half. Andrew Cavanaugh on Sports Look finished with 40 points. It ended up being very dreadful to watch. It was just steal and miss shot and turned into uncontested dunks all night. Wasn't really good for the eyes.
They shot 64%. I think that says it all.
Yeah, I think Cavanaugh shot 18 of 22, something crazy like that.
It was absolutely atrocious. I was like, wow, 60 points. I mean, I think they should have called the game by halftime. It was bad. They were outmatched, they were outplayed. They just looked out of control. I mean, but hopefully they can regain their footing next week and see what happens.
And the player to watch today for the Hateful Eight, if there was anyone to watch, it was Joey Marino, who put up 9 points and led them with 9 points.
Yeah, no one had more than 9, no double figures from them tonight. And they're still yet to put up more than 40 points on the year.
Now, we talked about teams to watch tonight, you know, Run TMC, Wake and Blake, etc. Who do you guys think was the player of today?
Got to be Carmine Santarelli. Definitely. Coming off his player of the week after the fan vote last week, he showed up again. What did he ended up with 36 points, and honestly, between his assist and his presence on the floor, contributed much more than just 36 points to that team. They maybe just 1 and 2, but with him, his pace, the way he controls the game, that team can end up with a lot of wins this season.
I personally loved the battle between him and Shaq Holman. It was great. It was very entertaining. You know, Shaq was just pulling up threes. I mean, towards the end of the game, almost brought him back. And Carmine was just pushing the pace, man. It was amazing. It was absolutely the best game of the season.
Yeah, Wake and Blake was down at halftime, and Carmine really started getting them back. He blew by people. He would start at halftime with a one-on-one defender, and he'd go all the way around to the baseline, curl back, and he would just blow by people. He was unstoppable tonight.
There are some other players, though, we want to talk about. Like, you can't discredit Cavanaugh with his 40 points. He has a veteran presence on that court. And then on the Brotherhood, Rondell Jones after
Pandas.
For the Pandas, my bad, on the Pandas, after his coming out party last week, his debut, he posted another double-double today, and he's already one of the best players in this league, I think.
Yeah, that was a hugely important performance without Javon Mason in there.
Yeah, they almost lost that game coming off a big win last week against TMC, so without him, I think they would have lost.
And even in the loss, we can't forget about Will Hudson, who put up a solid 29 points, and I think he had 8 or 9 rebounds.
17 rebounds.
Was it 17 rebounds?
17 rebounds.
I think Shaq had 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
But Will posted up a double-double, and that can't go unnoticed. He was near absent last week, and this week he really decided to show up. So going into week 4, who's your player to look at? Who's your team to look at?
I think the team to look at is Zoo Crew. Mark Harrison and Zoo Crew. They're 3-0. But they haven't really played anyone yet. Next week they have Sports Look. It's going to be a huge matchup. And, I mean, the wealth was spread on Zuku. 4 players scored double figures. Ty Olsen had 9 even. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see them against their first real opponent.
I still think they may be 0-3, but I still want to give some credit to the Cody brothers. Every game they've been coming out and they've been showing up, and they've just felt like they fall a little short in every game. They could have had tonight. Alex Ward, their third big man, I think, out of those 3, didn't show up till the 4th quarter, and he was cold coming straight off the bench like that. I still think that team could win some games. I think Brett tonight, he had 28 points and 9 rebounds. So if you want to look at another player, him and his brother Mike, that team still has a lot to prove in this league.
Honestly, I think we should talk about the matchup for next week. I really am looking forward to the Brotherhood versus Run TMC. I love it. It's juicy. It's exciting. And I honestly, I really love Joey Zacco's IQ of the game. It's great. I mean, I feel like he's gonna blow a blood vessel on the sideline. I mean, he's going nuts. And I feel like they're gonna be motivated for next week. I feel like they're gonna be ready, and I think they're gonna pull this one out.
It's a big game for them because if they lose, they're 1-3 on the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's not entirely crucial because one of those losses came to the Pandas, and another one of those losses, if they go 1-3, will come to the Brotherhood. So they still have some opponents ahead that they can beat. But after posting over 100 points in that first game, it's going to be really crucial for them to see if they can turn it around.
Yeah, they need to turn it around.
Be a middle of the pack team.
They definitely will be motivated. After this post game, which they knew that they can win, they will definitely be motivated for next week.
I definitely think the Land is somebody is the team to watch out for with the Cody brothers. But you guys heard it here first. Who do you guys think will be the players to watch next week and the teams to watch next week? This has been Week 3 post-game show from the Legacy Leagues, brought to you by Inspire Fitness. From Vic Clausen, Joe Catapano, and Max Molsky, I am Sam Leventhal. We'll see you next week.